My name is Jess Hopkins, and I am a positive psychology speaker and coach. I have a master's in counseling psychology, which is sort of psychology as usual, and I also have a master's in applied positive psychology. And after studying both and implementing both in a wide variety of settings across a wide variety of demographics, everything from parents to teens to executives and so forth, it is clear as day to me that if we are really seeking to affect positive change, if we're really interested in helping individuals and organizations to thrive, applying positive psychology is absolutely the way. The reality is that today's work environment is incredibly competitive and highly demanding. And naturally, what we're seeing is that our workforce is really hyper-focusing on the negative aspects of the workplace. Everything from really high-stress environments to poor leadership, lack of acknowledgement and validation, low-quality relationships with coworkers, and so on. And understandably, when we're really hyper-focused on these negative aspects, we wind up with a workforce that is highly disengaged and utterly unmotivated. So positive psychology really seeks to shift the attention away from the negative and instead refocuses on what's going right within an organization and really helps to identify how we can leverage existing strengths and capitalize on what's already working. So by really implementing some strategic interventions and really just making this simple but very profound shift from hyper-focusing on the negative to embracing the positive, across the board implementing positive psychology interventions is truly the fuel that can take any struggling organization from paralyzed to catalyzed. There are a wide variety of practices, so things like job crafting, so really optimizing your day-to-day tasks to increase your level of engagement and fulfillment every day. Things like resilience training, so that our employees can bounce back more quickly in the face of adversity. Things like cultivating a growth mindset, so we can embrace challenges, see them as opportunities for growth and learning, persist in the face of a setback. Building positive relationships is a direct pathway to increased well-being, which translates into increased trust, greater cooperation, and better teamwork in the workplace. Positive emotions actually work to broaden our scope of vision. We see a wider range of possibilities. So think in terms of being more solution-focused, more strategic in our thinking, right? So we broaden our scope of vision, and it actually builds our personal resources, so our personal relationships, our resiliency, our hope, our optimism, and it creates this upward spiral effect of broadening and building our resources to better attack the various challenges that come at us every single day. Company culture varies so wildly from organization to organization. So for me, it's really important to get in there and get some hands-on experience, really understand the nuances and the challenges of every organization that I work with, so I can really custom tailor my work to the needs of the company to make sure that they really get maximum results. If an organization finds that they're not quite hitting their numbers, there's a lack of real commitment, follow through, productivity, a sense of disengagement among their employees, if there are high levels of conflict between various teams, groups, or individuals, if you find that the quality of the connections among employees is suffering, perhaps there's a lack of real powerful leadership or a connection between the leaders and the teams that they're leading, if you find that there's a lack of respect or a lack of appreciation, this top-down disengagement, it's toxic. So positive psychology might seem incredibly abstract in theory and research, but the reality is that organizations are struggling with real-world, everyday challenges, and what they need is somebody to come in and translate this research and theory into very practical, tangible tools and strategies and interventions, that's where I come in, to really help your organization move from where they are now to where they truly want to be.